Well, the season is over, but this loss didn't just eliminate us from the playoff. This loss is going to make everything change. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and can still manage to talk Eagles football, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button. Just to let you guys know, we are going to have a long off season of discussing all the changes that got to be made, from GM to head coach to this entire staff to the players and the quarterback controversy we have on our hands. This is going to be a unpleasant offseason. The only thing that will make it pleasant is if we do get a top 5 pick, we will have a lot of draft profiles, break down some tape, and do a lot of good things. But right now, Reaction Monday, we just got embarrassed by the Dallas Cowboys, a team that I despise with everything in me, beat us out of the playoffs and proved that this team is way worse than just a quarterback change. But before we get into all that, you know what to do. Smash that like button for your boy, and let's jump into today's topic. Reaction Monday, Elimination Monday. The Eagles are done, and we sit at 4-10-1. 2020 has been a horrible season. I'm talking there hasn't been any bright spots at all, from coaching to GM to quarterback play. And yes, Jalen Hurts put out some good tape, but just like the good tape he put out, he had a game where the offense let him down. He couldn't hide Doug Peterson inability to run with the quarterback, with the running back, to call plays to get these guys in their rhythm. He couldn't hide that because Dallas side-to-side linebackers kept Jalen Hurts' legs, escapability in check, and then we started to see the same thing that happened when this offense had Carson Wentz. Less turnovers in the first half, but here they started to add up. Maybe Jalen Hurts was in his head because this offense is tough to survive in. Simple and plain. Now, I'm not making excuses for Jalen Hurts. I'm not trying to bring excuses for Carson Wentz. Who knows who's going to be the quarterback for the Eagles, for any other team? Who knows if they're going to be good after this season or bad after this season? But we've seen Carson Wentz play good, and I know Jalen Hurts' skill set can get better. He's just a rookie, but this type of offense, this scheme, this play caller is not going to get it done. Simple and plain. Let's look at some of the videos I did throughout this season. We'll start with week 1 after the Washington football team loss. Look what I've been saying. Roll the tape. But Doug Peterson went into this game knowing the offensive line was suspect. We also had to have scouted the Washington football team and know that the strength of their team is their D-line. So your game plan should include some chipping with the tight ends, leaving running backs in, and stuff of that sort. And you ran the ball 16 times. I mean, the Washington football team were not running the ball well against the Eagles. Not really, but they continued to run the ball. Let's start with Doug Peterson. Again, abandoning the run. Now, I know Miles Sanders couldn't get nothing going. It was back to the line, loss of 1, gain 1, back to the line, a 75-yard run, and then back to the line, loss of 1. I understand that, but you got to stick with it. You got to be more creative. You got to use Miles Sanders in different packages. I didn't see no running back screens of Miles Sanders to slow down J.J. Watt and Bud Dupree. I didn't see none of that. This Eagle team has fight, but it's super inconsistent. From the defense at times, to the offense at times, to the play calling, to the personnel, and to the coaching. All levels possible, this team is inconsistent. And even though Kareem Hunt had 0.8 yards a carry, they kept running him. Do you know why? Because Baker Mayfield has been struggling. Baker Mayfield ain't good. But you know who else ain't playing good? Carson Wentz. You know who else was playing in the rain? Carson Wentz. You know who else should have called the run other than Kevin Stefanski? Doug Peterson. We ran the ball better in that game as a whole and gave up on it way too easily. 2 carries for Miles Sanders in the second half. 14 of them carries in the first half, 2 in the second half. Not good. Just so many times this team looks out of whack, and that is coaching and the lead from your quarterback. That's exactly why I say Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz have been embarrassing this whole year. The play calling, the reads, everything has been off. Now it don't help that we don't get no play from our wide receivers, no play from the running backs due to the coach. The offensive line is in shambles. Do you know how many times we ran the ball with our running backs this game? 9 times. Miles Sanders had 6 carries. Boston Scott had 2 carries. And Corey Clement had 1 carry. We ran the ball 9 times. How is play action going to work? How are we going to slow down this pass rush? Every play is a pass. I mean, Doug Peterson has been a problem. But throughout this season, I've also said Carson Wentz has put himself in bad situations by just throwing balls that you shouldn't throw. Throwing balls that you shouldn't throw. Turning the ball over in crucial moments. And that's what we started to see Jalen Hurts do. Horrible offensive line. Horrible play calling in the second half. No run support. You can't use your legs, so you try to be a hero and start to throw interceptions. You fumble, even though it wasn't a fumble. But the pick to Anthony Brown was big. You started to see that force coming out of him. The same way we saw it of Carson. I gotta make a play. I gotta make a play. This team stinks. I gotta make a play. That's what we started to see. Now, we got a long offseason to talk about Jalen Hurts versus Carson Wentz. But let's start talking about Doug Peterson, because is his job up? Now, I know he had a press conference today. I know how to get it fixed. I was with 3 Super Bowl teams. I won a Super Bowl, 3 back-to-back playoffs. I know how to get it fixed. Do you really? Because each year we got worse. Not better, worse. And now we're at the bottom of the basement in the worst division in football. It can't be. It can't be. So we have to make a decision. Now, I know a lot of people still think that Doug can galvanize the troops and are just willing to get an offensive coordinator in here to call plays and work with Doug and be okay with it. Maybe. But that's when you start to have people's egos get into it. If Doug Peterson was only entrusted to be the play caller for the last couple years, he don't have say in personnel, he don't have say in anything else but play calling. What makes you think he's going to allow a play caller to be in here, keep his job, because who wants to get fired? But there's going to be more animosity. The same animosity from Howie Roseman to Doug Peterson. What if there's animosity from Doug to this new offensive coordinator? Because Doug's not going to want to sit there and say, new hotshot young OC comes in, the Eagles start to show success, and everybody's like, well, look, obviously it was Doug. It's just going to create bad blood. So with that being said, we might really have to be willing to part ways with Doug Peterson, because again, everybody got pride, and Doug Peterson is a stubborn, prideful, kind of weird, but prideful kind of guy. He's not going to just say, yep, play calling's out, bring an OC in, we'll work together, I'll give him some pointers, but he'll run the show, blah-de-blue, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to allow that. That's his only thing left. He might as well not be a head coach if that's the case. The way Jeff Lurie has allowed Howie Roseman and Doug Peterson to do what they do has been destroying the Philadelphia Eagles. Destroying the Philadelphia Eagles. Howie Roseman created a contract for Carson Wentz. That means this organization said they believed in him and went around and said, psych, we won't trade the second round pick to get Hopkins. We won't try to trade the second round pick to go up and get CeeDee Lamb. We won't draft Justin Jefferson. We're going to draft a quarterback who, guess what? If Jalen Hurts becomes the starting quarterback in 2021, well then, good stuff. And I like Jalen Hurts. I like his skill set. I'm not saying it's going to be him. It's going to be Carson. I think with the right people Either one of them could be successful, and I'll start to break down my exact decision, but this is just the beginning of a long offseason, so we'll talk about that in other videos. But I like their skill sets. But you don't give a guy this contract and not build around him. Where's his defense? Where's his receivers? Where's the offensive line? And I know you're going to say Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, Andre Dillard, these guys were supposed to be here, but they're not. This organization can't keep people healthy. And supposedly the injury-prone quarterback is the only one who can stay healthy. Doug Peterson says he's confident in his job, confident in getting this fixed. I'm not too confident. Howie Roseman probably sitting up there like, I got Jalen Hurts. Where's the skill players? Okay, you drafted a quarterback in the second round who looks pretty good. What are you going to give him? Who's he going to throw to? Who's going to block for him? What are you doing for him? What are you going to do for Carson? What are we doing for this with this organization? And let's be honest with ourselves. I know people don't want to hear about the cap, but if COVID-19 didn't exist, we'd be in trouble. With that, makes it so much more troublesome for any GM. Now, we brought Dorsey in here to be the talent evaluator who did a lot of good things in Cleveland. Myles Garrett, Kareem Hunt, a lot of these ballers for Cleveland are from Dorsey. Now, the one thing Dorsey did wrong is hire Freddie Kitchen, who was not ready to be a head coach. It is what it is. Are we going to get another head coach in here who's a puppet to the Howie Roseman show? Is Howie Roseman still going to be allowed to be in charge of everything but drafting, which I know makes some of you guys happy when it comes to Dorsey possibly in the scouting team making the picks? But is Howie Roseman or the next GM we got going to step on our head coach's toes? And who's going to be the head coach? We have an opportunity to blow this thing up. Blow this thing up for the good. Now, I don't know if everything got to go. I'm talking Jim Schwartz, Doug Peterson, everything, or do we keep some people around? Because Jim Schwartz hasn't had nobody to work with, but I still don't believe in the scheme at times. The prevent defense all the time, the lack of blitzing, the way he does blitz, I just don't like it. Now you can say, Philly Mike, Michael Jaquette, second most in NFL this year, 9 targets, 7 catches, 182 yards on them. Well, I know, but why didn't Jim Schwartz help him out? Jim Schwartz refuses to put 2 safeties back there. He's a single high guy. That's all he's going to do. Even in his prevent, it's single high. He leaves his corners on an island, and that's great. If we got 2 great corners, we'll then go ahead and coach it that way, Jim. But we don't. You got to adapt. You got to adapt. I think Jim Schwartz is a good mind when it comes to defense, but he doesn't adapt with the talent on his team. He wanted talent. He wanted Jeremy Chin. We didn't give it to him. Michael Jaquette, Grayland Arnold. These are undrafted free agent rookies having to worry about the guys like Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper. It's not fair. But Jim, you have to adjust. You knew all week this is what you had, so change your game plan up. I will admit, he adjusted at halftime. They scored a touchdown right after the half, and then we shut the Cowboys down for 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 possessions. Where was Doug Peterson and the offense? Where was the play calling? Where was the Jalen Hurts we know? Where was all that? It was gone. Not because Jalen Hurts ain't good. It's because the team around Jalen Hurts on offense, including the play caller, doesn't adjust, and they don't get it done in the second half. They get their 15 plays, they get their couple scripted plays that working, and they don't know how to change it up. And they do not know how to maintain a run game. That is something I said since week 1, week 5, week 8, week 9 to week 16 and 17. The run game is important. Even if you're not successful with it, it's important to just keep the defensive line and the linebackers balanced. They keep them honest. They don't know if it's a run or pass. They have to second guess. That slight second that they hesitate because it's a run or a pass allows you to make football moves. Football is a game of seconds. That quick hesitation from a linebacker, boom, 25 yards over the middle. That quick hesitation from a defensive end is the second he misses as we get the pass off for a huge play. It's a game of seconds and inches, and we don't allow that to be there. In the second half, it's pass, 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 pass. And that's why things start to crumble. 16 run attempts for a whole game. 18 run attempts. 14 run attempts. Against Seattle, 9 run attempts. This is disgusting to hear. This ain't even one player. We're talking about 9 for the whole game of running backs. 16. Miles Sanders only ran the ball 20 times once this year, and it was against the Rams. It's disgusting. He's in the top 3 in the NFL for running backs yards per carry. If you're scared he's going to get nicked up, we'll get more running backs. Run the ball. This team has a lot of decisions. And right now, I don't know the exact ones because I'm still in my emotions. To lose like that to the Dallas Cowboys? But we got to look across the board. Doug Peterson, Jim Schwartz, Howie Roseman. These guys might not be the guys we want to lead us going forward. Whether it's with Carson or Jalen Hurts, we need to build this team. Whoever we decide to back, we need to make this team 100% fit them. Their game, their style, the way they want to play. And I don't believe this coaching staff or general manager can do it. I just don't believe it anymore. I just don't believe it. Maybe an offensive coordinator would work. But like I said, will Doug allow that? Will Doug allow that? With all that being said, that's all I got for today. We have so much more to talk about. Hopefully, I can get the top Eagle content creators to get a huge Eagle live stream to just air out all this dirty laundry. I will be doing a call-in soon, if not today, later, tomorrow in the early part of the day for sure. So stay tuned to that. Turn your post notifications on, and we will start after week 17 with some really good draft profiles, coaching profiles, random videos about them stuff. So stay tuned to the Philly Talk Podcast. Join the call-in. Join the post notification gang. I appreciate you guys 100%. Hey. This year wasn't easy, but there's one thing about the Philadelphia Eagle fan base. We hate you, we love you, but we are loyal. Shout out to you guys. Until next time, let me know all your comments in the comment section. What do you think is honestly going to happen with Doug Peterson, Howie Roseman, Jim Schwartz? Give me all your info on what you think's going to happen. And I will catch you on the next one. You guys know what time it is. We out.